It's Jay, this is Bo Whitekiller here at the Communications Department desk. I've got a in-studio guest here for our edition of Osafke Talks, fellow brother warrior. We like to know him as T-Bone. So today, he's known as Staff Sergeant Kerchee, but today we'll call him T-Bone.
Yeah, that's fine. Warrior fine.
But Tennyson Kerchee, he's also a recruiter that's locally here in our area, and I've asked him to come in today and just share a little bit of screen time with what's going on with him, a little bit about his job, a little bit about your job. We just kind of want to touch on it a little bit, but mostly about him being in service and myself being a veteran. I have an affinity with our brother and sister warriors that are out there, and it's good to have him in today. Just to share a little bit about what's going on and to see the good things that's happening in his life. Mm-hmm. And appreciate you.
Oh, yeah. Glad I can come in.
Tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from?
Well, I was, like I said, I'm Tennyson Kerchee and from Lawton, Oklahoma, and born and went to high school in Texas and came back after. And then met my wife, and something happened. She got pregnant. Yeah, and then working like every job there is in Lawton, and you name it, from bar ass to convenience store to construction work, and I just wanted something better for my family, and just like any other husband and father, they always want the best for their family.
What nation is you from?
I am Comanche, from the Comanche Nation tribe of Oklahoma, from Lawton, and yeah. So, but I've been in the Army 11 years as of April 1st. So, yeah. My original job is 13 Bravo Field Artillery, and that's why I picked it, because it's Fort Sill, it's right there. So,
home of the artillery.
Yeah.
That's actually where I really thought I was going to do a basic training way far away when I enlisted. I enlisted out of a recruiting station in Norman. Mm-hmm. Thought I was going to go far away. I ended up going to Lawton. That was 2 hours away. It was probably the worst thing.
That's why I played it smart. It's like, man, if I pick these other jobs, I'll probably go far. So I want to stick somewhere close. So I was like, maybe artillery, because it's like 10 minutes away.
Yeah.
But my first duty station. My only duty station is Fort Hood. So it's like 5 hours down the road. So
how's that compared to Lawton? What's the similarities? What's the differences?
It's actually really just. Not really much, really. It's kind of the same, because, it's both military towns,
What part of Texas, for those that don't know where?
Right smack dab in the middle of Texas, yeah. Right, it's right there in the middle. That's the only way I can explain it. Because Killeen's like off the I-35, but it's like,
Okay.
Yeah.
How far a drive is that from where you're at here?
We went down there 2 weekends ago. My sister got married. I think it was like 6 hours. 6 hour drive.
Bad.
Yeah, not too bad.
Close to San Antonio.
Yeah, it was like 2 hours from San Antonio.
Okay.
2 hours north.
So what brought you up here to be a recruiter? Let me ask you, how many deployments have you gone through?
Including Korea, 5.
5 deployments.
Two rotations to Korea. Twice Iraq, once Afghanistan.
That's a lot of time deploying, especially in 11 years in.
Yeah, so it was home a year, gone a year, home a year, gone a year. But I liked it, But it's just, for a while, it was easy because, my kids are young, they didn't know. But now as I got older, especially this last one with Korea, they know now, So I can consider recruiting a blessing now. I can be home with them.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
And you're based out of Shawnee.
Yep.
Tell us a little bit about that, and we'll segue into another subject.
Shawnee is just a smaller version of Lawton. I don't mind it. Everyone's like, oh man, like Shawnee, Shompton, or whatever they call it.
Shompton.
Yeah. But it's a smaller version of Lawton, so I adapted really quick. Being another native in there, I can actually blend in, and then stick out. Being like in a military town, everybody knows like, but I can actually be myself.
Right.
Yeah. That's what I like about it too.
That's good. It's
Yeah.
always a plus.
Yeah.
Just be yourself.
Yeah.
And what's been the upside of that as far as being yourself in this area? What have you noticed, especially geared toward our native
Just-
recruits.
Just being around natives, and I can actually go out and tell the opportunities and how it helped me and my family. You know, and I mean, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people that had the same situation as I did. You know, but a lot of people, they don't give the army like it's the option, I guess you could say. You know, they don't even, doesn't even cross their mind. But maybe if I can go out, you know, to all these, you know, Native American, you know, communities, you know, and tell them how it benefited me, you know, then might see themselves and hey, I think I can actually do that. You know?
Did you ever find out any resistance toward being in the military? I know for my story, there's been a few times when, you know, I've had natives come up and mainly around here that would see a negative aspect to it. But have you ever had come in contact with that or anything like that?
Not around here. Not in my 11 years of being in the Army. I've never had anything negative at all. It's everyone's like the hospitality. Everyone sees, oh man, he's in the Army, and then they always come out and shake your hand. You know, say, hey, I appreciate your service, sir. Like,
and especially with our gatherings, that's one of the things that T-Bone here, he dances and he sings, and in some of our ceremonials you participate in, it's an honor to be a veteran. It's an honor to have served, and those things like that are a big, I won't say selling point, but they're a big part of who we are.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's a lot of ceremonies that were based on being a veteran. I didn't give that a thought, you know. I didn't cross my mind when I joined, you know. That wasn't why I did it, you know. It was just to take care of my family. And everything else was extra, you know. It's like once I started, because it was a while where I stopped, you know, going dancing, you know. And then once I started again, and like I was like, man, it's like I really, you know, people would come and say, hey, you have a right to do this because you're a veteran, a warrior. I was
How'd that make you feel?
It made me feel good, you know. I was like, because I mean, how do you say it? Like I didn't really expect it, you know. I wasn't expecting, you know, things like that, you know, and that gratitude, I guess you could say.
Right.
Yeah. So that's what it says. Like it's like extra, you know. Everything that you're doing, like that goes with like these ceremonies and societies that they have around here, you know. So it makes me feel real good, though.
That's good.
Yeah.
And especially to be an active participant and be. It's who we are.
Yeah.
You know, it's who we are.
And it is hard, too, you know, because, I mean, there's a lot of people that are so entwined with going, you know, powwows and dancing, you know. It's hard for them to leave it, you know. And I see it, too, because I was the same way, you know. I was like, man, when I joined, I was like, oh, man, I don't know if I can do it, you know. I know I'm going to get homesick. And I did, you know. But the sacrifice I was going through for my family is greater than, you know, what I was trying to stay home for, you know.
Right.
Yeah. But, I mean, I'm glad I can be back. That's why I consider recruiting a blessing itself. You know, I can come back and actually show my son, my daughter. My son's actually, we got another son, he's 6-month-old. So I can actually go back, you know, and show my sons, my daughter, you know, like where I come from and, you know, introduce to more family friends that I grew up with, you know. Yeah, so I like it, you know.
And then just share what you know with them.
Yeah, and that's what it is too, and like showing what, you know, my grandparents, you know, my dad, and what they share with me, and I can share with my sons, you know, my nephews too, my nieces, you know.
And you said, like you said earlier, the deployments that kind of took a toll a little bit, but those are some of the things that we, as soldiers, we see that it helps us to be a better father because we know that those things like that mean. You know, they affect our kids, but they kind of give us a focus on when we come back here and be grateful.
Yeah, that's where I was thinking, grateful, because like when you're over there, I guess you realize the things you took for granted, you know. Then when you get home, you try to do everything, you know, like this is what I miss doing, and I took for granted, you know. Even just a nice cold Pepsi, you know, it's like, oh man, nice, you know, drinking it on a nice hot day. And then you get back home, and then it reminds you, like, man, this reminds me of that time, you know, but makes you happy, like, oh, I feel good now, yeah. Right. I can actually leave all that over there, you know.
Did you find that coming back here, you see that a different perspective on how the United States is, that we are as a country, as far as being over there, where there's very little?
Oh, yeah, I mean, that's what I was, like, you take things for granted, like, man, like, we're actually a privilege, and we are a great nation as it is, you know.
Right.
Because that's what I love about the Army too. You get people from all across America, you know, people from Brooklyn, people from Oregon and just everywhere coming together, it's just to meet that one goal, That's what I love about the Army, and that's why I'm glad I can make it a career, And that's one thing, too, I miss about, and being a recruiter, I miss my guys, So give a shout out to my guys, all my guys.
What units?
316, 382, Bravo Battery, yeah. So
You still got some of their T-shirts?
Yeah, actually I did, but I kind of got a little wide. That's when I was like 130. And now I'm not gonna say my weight now. But
That recruiting duty, huh?
Yeah, so I'm trying to watch my weight.
Where's some of the places you've deployed?
I've been to Iraq twice, Afghanistan once, Korea twice, and everywhere in between, Romania, Kyrgyzstan. I've been through Germany, Ireland, Kuwait, where else?
Allen and
Sasaka. Yeah, those deployments, yeah. Ada.
Back roads.
Yeah, the back roads.
Tell that little story about your GPS.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I was going to send up high schools and going through Allen. Stopped at Allen High School and then, went through my Google Maps, trying to find a shortcut to Saco, but there really wasn't, so I had to go all the way around. But anyways, it took me, I was on some random back road and I was kind of scared, kind of reminded me of like Hills Have Eyes or something. So I was like, I stopped on the road, I was like, man, this can't be right, I was kind of like zooming in, like, is this where I'm at? No, it kind of looks like it, So I just kept on going and like pulled over again, man, this can't be right, So I was like, oh, well, I'm going to just trust my map, I just kept on driving. And then finally hit a highway. That's like kind of like a sigh of relief, But yeah, that's the back way to, I guess it's a back way to Allen, to Sasaka from Allen.
Sounds like he's go over there by Wolf or new model maybe.
Probably. Yeah, I'm so
glad you're here. Glad you made it through.
Yeah.
Get you a nice ribbon and award.
Yeah.
PCS award.
Yeah. Deployment award.
Yeah. Well, now that you're back here and you got the areas that you covered, where are some of the areas that you are covering?
Me personally, I cover from Allen, Sasakwa, all the way to Winnett and Asher, Maud, Conawa.
Okay.
Macomb, Bing, Ada, Latta, Stonewall. Yeah, and Banos. Yeah, that's one off the top of my head right now.
That's pretty good area.
Yeah, but we cover from Stroud, Davenport area all the way down to Ada. So
how's recruiting compared to field artillery work?
the work tempo is actually, compared to field art, like my original job, it's kind of like a pace down, really.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, field artillery is just, it's fast paced, it is what it is, And that's what everyone said, too, about recruiting. I was like, oh, you're not going to like it, but actually it's like, well, it's not really that bad,
How long is the recruiting tour?
3 to 4 years, and you can extend, for that 4th year, and then see you want to reclass or become a recruiter. And right now I don't seem that bad. Maybe when the time comes I might reclass. I don't know.
What's one thing about being a service member that most people don't expect once they get in about the service member's life, lifestyle? What's something that you found is wow?
Just being around a lot of military members. Yeah. There wasn't really that much to adapt to. It kind of goes with like any other job, You have your people you got, that are over you, and anything that you have to issues, it goes through them, And
Chain of command.
Yeah, chain of command, your NCO support channel, and just like with any other job, you got to go through those types of channels,
What's how do you say you have a young man that's kind of been knocking around locally, or a young woman that's been knocking around locally, and really haven't found that guidance, or feel like there's something that they're missing in their life, and how do you sell that that lifestyle of a service member? How do you sell that as a career choice?
Well, you just got to tell them, like, hey, you could be doing something better for yourself and better, for our country, And sometimes it's not even, they just want to do something better, really. Sometimes they don't know any outlets to do anything. You know, I mean, everybody has like some sort of connections. You know, like, hey, can you help me find it? Like, yeah, but some people don't have that. You know, and some they're just a lot of people are just walking the streets because they don't have that connection to people. You know, like any outlets to help them out. And for me, that's what I like to do. You know, I like to help out anybody. Like, it doesn't matter. You know, I want to at least give them that chance. You know, to help them as much as I can. And a lot of people think like, oh, he's just doing a recruit, but nah, it's like really. That's what I told too. Like, that's what being a native is all about. You know, not just being a native, but I mean, being a warrior. That's what you do. You help out. You know, I didn't really think about that too. You know, but people told me like, hey, later on, it's like, hey, you know, the things that you do, that you're doing what people have done a long time ago. Our old warriors have done. That's what they did. They help out their community, not just themselves. They help them out as much as they can. Right. Anything that they have, you know, they give it out. You know, anything they come across, you know, and they might take it. You know, they give it to someone in need. You know, and that's what, you know, I love about, you know, being around Native people. You know, and they can relate what I'm trying to do. It's not just being a recruiter. Yeah, I mean that's part of the job. But I'm actually being myself. I'm actually helping people, you know, and that's what I like, you know. I consider it a blessing. You know,
that's. I'm glad you stated it that way because our data suggests that as natives we have the highest incidence of service of being able to stay in and have the most recommendations for good service within any group, and I've always been proud of that. Well, I wouldn't say proud. I'm humbled by the fact, you know, that it's like that because I'm sure. Have you met many natives in your career so far?
Yeah. Well, I had one. He was one of my NCOs. He was a great NCO, and he taught me a lot. And he taught me, I guess, the mental toughness aspect of it, you know. And he told me like, hey, it's like, yeah, the physical part that just comes with, you know, the job, but you can't have one or the other. You got to have both, you know. And that's where I quickly learned the mental aspect especially in my first deployment, because I went to my unit 6 months, actually not even 6 months, maybe like 4 months later, I was in Iraq. And right before we left, and he told me, you know, because that was like his third, fourth deployment, so he was used to it. And I was kind of nervous. I was nervous, you know. I didn't know what to expect, but he told me like, "Hey, you gotta have both of these, you know. You can be the toughest guy. You can bench press 500 pounds, but if you're not mentally tough, then you're just no good, you know." And another one too, Leonard Kozad. He is actually one of my cousins. We have the same cousin that we're kin to, and we were in the same unit. And I was like, wow, man. So I knew his family, like me. I go to church services with his family, Kozad family. And plus, you know, they're big in the Powell world, so I knew where his family he came from. He knew me, where I came from. And we actually went on only one combat patrol together. And yeah, I just wish we could have like took a picture, but now we just have stories now. So yeah. And a lot of good friends, a lot of natives. I mean, they're all done outstanding work too, and none of them, I mean, I say misconduct, I guess you say. Yeah. Let's put it that way.
That's good.
Yeah, I came across a lot, and they're outstanding NCOs. Yeah.
What do you like to do for fun? What's a good weekend for you?
Good weekend? Hanging out with family. Hang out with family.
Share a little bit about your activities on that. That's one. I'm a member of the Kiowa Gourd clan. I don't know you're a gourd dancer as well.
Yeah. Just go on powwows. Yeah. Hang around with family. Anything that I couldn't do when I was in Texas, that's what I like doing. And now I don't have time to fish. Really, I love to fish. Yeah. So now I'm trying to catch up. You know, but now I gotta find some time. You know. Cast that line out, you know.
Well, maybe we have to go do some professional development someday.
Yeah, eventually, yeah.
some training one day. We'll see what happens.
But yeah, hanging out with family. I'm big, you know, powwows, you know, just catching up on last time. And the American church services. My family, both my wife and my family, we both have our families big into that. So yeah. And whenever there's one, me and my family like to go help out as much as we can.
Good meetings.
Yeah. That's about it, though. Really, that's all I do. I don't really do much. I'm kind of just really a boring guy if you really look at it.
Old soul.
Yeah,
Old soul.
I done did everything before I joined the Army. So,
Well, who's some mentors that you had coming up? Who's some, maybe professional mentors or something? Some that you know
family
about?
or
Sure.
anybody?
Sure.
My uncles. I really looked up to my uncles. There was a time, where my mom, my family split, and I didn't have no one to really look up to. My uncles, and they filled that void for me. Yeah, I really looked up to them. Even my grandma's brothers, or my grandpa's, they were all in the service, and yeah, I really looked up to all of them. My own grandpa, he's a veteran World War II, Korea.
What was his name?
Melvin Kerchee Sr.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's the ones I looked up to. And my own dad, my stepdad too. So they're all in the military, and I really looked up to them. I didn't really give a thought about joining the military, even though they were all in it, But I had it was in my mind, And when the time came, I thought of it. My wife said it. I said, "What about the military?" When times get rough, I was like, "Yeah, I thought about it," And then I went,
Path was laid out.
Yeah.
So
yeah, but they always tell me too, like they did, their time and they got out, and they told me, it's like, whatever you do, it's like, don't get out. I said one thing I regret is getting out, and I see how easy it was, Then when you get out, you have to do everything. You have to find a job. You have to go out and find a job, But when the Army, you already set, You're getting money, medical, dental, everything. That's what they told me. It's like, just stay in, do it as long as you can, and it gets easier as you go. So yeah, and they're right. Here I am, 11 years.
your last 9's gonna go by fast.
Oh yeah, and this is the first. 11. That was fast, but I enjoyed every minute of it.
That's good.
Yeah,
sure. And it's always the people that make it that way.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm glad I had great leadership along the way, and a lot of people to look up to.
Well, that's good. I appreciate you sharing a little bit about. Now, if anybody wanted to get in touch with you to talk maybe service-related type work or they had questions about the Army, how would they get in touch with you?
Well, our office is located in Shawnee, or you can find me on Facebook, Tennyson Kerchee, SSG.
And right underneath it says
T-Bone?
Yeah.
Oh, that's my personal one. Yeah, but I share a little bit of both, because I don't want to be like, everyone think I'm a robot, like, oh, he's the Army, So I try to share a little bit about my personal life too. It's not all, I say it, training and build time. I do have a family. I love to spend time with my family. So, and what else? I think I have my number on my Facebook page, but not. You can message me on Facebook. Easygoing guy. Even though I need to change my picture up. I look mean. I heard that a lot. So. So as you can see, I smile a lot. I like to laugh, So don't take me for that picture, Oh my gosh, he looks mean. He's gonna yell at you first shot. No, I rarely yell. I'm usually quiet, reserved. So.
And we'll get your card and we'll actually post it up on our site after this is over with too. But
yeah, I appreciate it. And yeah, my number's on the card and address and everything. So easy to contact. We're located on Harrison Street in Shawnee, 1623 North Harrison. Yeah.
And if we don't see you up there, you're out somewhere lost in
yeah,
GPS.
Yeah, somewhere on a dirt road or somewhere. I might be out fishing on my work hours. I don't know. You didn't hear that from me though.
Well, brother, I do appreciate you coming by and spending a little bit of time and sharing a little bit of yourself with us, and it's good to always see a fellow brother.
Oh yeah,
a service member. And
I'm glad we came across paths too.
It's just a start. It's just a start, and so we'll definitely hook up somewhere and get out there and do some bouncing.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So I'll be around here for the next 3 or 4 years. So I'll be a regular face around this area, anywhere from Stroud. They have that big powwow in Stroud. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm set up over there too. Right. But I'll have some contest there on at night. So. All right, straight dance.
Make sure you take a lot of baby powder too.
That and it's like in July, so they have a thing too at Walmart. Pickle Pops. Let's take a shot.
What is it?
Pickle Pops. It's pickle juice, and you can freeze it or you can drink it as it is. It's pickle juice. It helps out with cramps.
I'll check that out. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I used to do too. If I knew I was gonna run, like back in my unit, the night before I was drinking a cup of pickle juice. Never cramped up in my 11 years.
Oh, wow, I'll try that.
Yeah.
I always took the stone, whatever stone I was around, I'd pray over a stone, pick one up, put it underneath my tongue, keep my mouth wet as I ran. So that was my thing.
I heard about that. I never really did it, but I was fair. I'm gonna chew on it and.
It got me through some 12 milers and some mountains in Afghanistan, so it works.
Dang. I'm gonna try that.
But make sure it's not asphalt. Just make sure it's not asphalt. But, all right, brother.
Yeah, I really appreciate it, though. I really, it's been an honor and actually come down here and just to sit and talk to you. Really, I mean,
Okay.
I'm always a big gossiper, not really gossiper, like it's pillow talk or something.
Well, the coffee's always hot here, and we usually have a pot of Osafke right here, but we'll get with Edwin later on that. And again,
Yeah, or some Busky.
There,
I like that.
look at
Some
there.
Busky.
There you go. There you go. Well, appreciate it, and thank you for stopping by.
Oh yeah, I appreciate it. It's been an honor. Thank you.
All right, it's Bo. Osafke Talks. Mado.
Osolobiarigat, nitta hamgen solirao zolege alakuiska nitta huilezit. Maugira Veterans Day magidat hayomad marundos. Pomirawa anlabidayet, hullides ibuhairayat, puhuma sabagli ribun laba pumayubus kagangi alakkan. Seminole iralwa indrazigaya hunandagi momen hoktagirono mistues. Soliraon abagakit tastanagi hakagangi, muzinita da shagilezagi, marozigezagirosci.